yeast conversation? Anybody want to do it?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for it.
We did a yeast study before I came on to Farniente where they worked with Davis and they tried to isolate some yeast strains that were in the wines, and they found that there was a strain that was in the Farniente Cab, Chardonnay, and Dolce. So I think yeast may be more related to winery where you make rather than the vineyards where it's coming on. Yeah.
Yeah, the yeast conversation is always a good one. In fact, if you want to hunt down Michael Solacci at Opus One, if you want to have a deep dive on the yeast. He's done a few studies as well, and they've isolated one from their vineyard. It's in Oakville, which we don't care about tonight, but it is a good question. I think one hard to sort of quantify in this particular discussion, but always good to ponder and great to point out.
Would you acknowledge 25% is an outlier? That's a large number of native yeast, right?
I think part of the conversation has to be, I think there's, yes, but the conversation around native yeast and what that means and whether or not it is in fact native is another conversation.
I think that's well said.
Yeah.
I think I would say that there's really wonderful wines made with native yeast and ones made with commercial yeast, and I'm not sure that we could parse that out necessarily, personally. Yeah, I think they're both advantageous.